Fathers and Sons, chapter 15. So, this chapter, for the first time, we're going to see Bazarev in a situation where he is uncomfortable. He is in the presence of a person who has a personality about as strong as his own, and this disconcerts him. Formerly, every time we've seen him, he has been in complete control of the situation by being coldly aloof, really austere. But here, Madame Odintsova is the cold and withdrawn one. She seems to be the controlling factor, not Bazarev. We also have to remember that Madame Odintsov is older than either Arkady or Bazarev, and she has lived more extensively than either of them. Arkady is shocked here to see Bazarev in a situation where he actually blushes in the presence of a woman. And as they leave to cover up his embarrassment, Bazarev again returns to the subject of Madame Odintsova's beautiful body. Basically, he feels safer on the ground talking about a woman's anatomy.
He says he doesn't have any, but as you can see, he has one tooth.
I don't know what that was. Anyway, he feels safer talking about a woman's anatomy, and even wishes ironically and ridiculously that he could take her body into the dissecting room. This chapter follows Turgenev's technique of interrupting the narrative to give some background information about a character. And so we're going to learn a little bit about Madame Odintsova. She's lived a varied life filled with many experiences, and finally she's decided to return to this Russian province to settle down. Further, we hear that she is not liked by other people, and this causes Bazarev to later ask her if she's disturbed by the rumors in the town. Here you go. I'm going to go make myself some coffee.
Chapter 15. Let's see what species of mammalia this specimen belongs to, Bazarov said to Arkady the following day, as they mounted the staircase of the hotel in which Madame Odintsov was staying. I sent out something wrong here. I'm surprised at you, cried Arkady. What, you, Bazarov, clinging to the narrow morality which... What a funny fellow you are, Bazarov cut him short, carelessly. Don't you know that something wrong means something right in my dialect and for me? It's an advantage for me, of course. Didn't you tell me yourself this morning that she made a strange marriage, though, to my mind, to marry a rich old man is by no means a strange thing to do, but on the contrary, very sensible. I don't believe the gossip of the town, but I should like to think, as our cultivated governor says, that it's well grounded. Arkady made no answer and knocked at the door of the apartments. A young servant in livery conducted the two friends into a larger room, badly furnished, like all rooms in Russian hotels, but filled with flowers. Soon Madame Odintsov herself appeared in a simple morning dress. She seemed still younger by the light of the spring sunshine. Arkady presented Bazarov and noticed with secret amazement that he seemed embarrassed, while Madame Odintsov remained perfectly tranquil, as she had been the previous day. Bazarov himself was conscious of being embarrassed and was irritated by it. Years ago, frightened of a petticoat, he thought, and lolling, quite like Sitnikov, in an easy chair, he began talking with an exaggerated appearance of ease, while Madame Odintsov kept her clear eyes fixed on him. Anna Sergeyevna Odintsov was the daughter of Sergei Nikolaevich Loktev, notorious for his personal beauty, his speculations, and his gambling propensities, who, after cutting a figure and making a sensation for 15 years in Petersburg and Moscow, finished by ruining himself completely at cards, and was forced to retire to the country, where, however, he soon died, leaving a very small property to his two daughters, Anna, a girl of 20, and Katya, a child of 12. Their mother, who came of an impoverished line of princes, the H's, had died at Petersburg when her husband was in his heyday. Anna's position after her father's death was very difficult. The brilliant education she had received in Petersburg had not fitted her for putting up with the cares of domestic life and economy, or an obscure existence in the country. She knew positively no one in the whole neighborhood, and there was no one she could consult. Her father had tried to avoid all contact with the neighbors. He despised them in his way, and they despised him in theirs. She did not lose her head, however, and promptly sent for a sister of her mother's, Princess Avdotia Stepanovna H., a spiteful and arrogant old lady who, on installing herself in her niece's house, appropriated all the best rooms for her own use, scolded and grumbled from morning till night, and would not go a walk even in the garden unattended by her one serf, a surly footman in a threadbare pea-green livery with light blue trimming and a three-cornered hat. Anna put up patiently with all her aunt's whims, gradually set to work on her sister's education, and was, it seemed, already getting reconciled to the idea of wasting her life in the wilds. But destiny had decreed another fate for her. She chanced to be seen by Odintsov, a very wealthy man of 46, an eccentric hypochondriac, stout, heavy, and sour, but not stupid and not ill-natured. He fell in love with her and offered her his hand. She consented to become his wife, and he lived 6 years with her, and on his death settled all his property upon her. Anna Sergeyevna remained in the country for nearly a year after his death. Then she went abroad with her sister, but only stopped in Germany. She got tired of it and came back to live at her favorite, Nikolskoye, which was nearly 30 miles from the town of X. There she had a magnificent, splendidly furnished house and a beautiful garden with conservatories. Her late husband had spared no expense to gratify his fancies. Anna Sergeyevna went very rarely to the town, generally only on business, and even then she did not stay long. She was not liked in the province. There had been a fearful outcry at her marriage with Odintsov. All sorts of fictions were told about her. It was asserted that she had helped her father in his card-sharping tricks, and even that she had gone abroad for excellent reasons, that it had been necessary to conceal the lamentable consequences. You understand? The indignant gossips would wind up. She has gone through the fire, was said of her, to which a noted provincial wit usually added, and through all the other elements. All this talk reached her, but she turned a deaf ear to it. There was much independence and a good deal of determination in her character. Madame Odintsov sat leaning back in her easy chair and listened with folded hands to Bazarov. He, contrary to his habit, was talking a good deal and obviously trying to interest her. Again, a surprise for Arkady. He could not make up his mind whether Bazarov was attaining his object. It was difficult to conjecture from Anna Sergeyevna's face what impression was being made on her. It retained the same expression, gracious and refined. Her beautiful eyes were lighted up by attention, but by quiet attention. Bazarov's bad manners had impressed her unpleasantly for the first minutes of the visit, like a bad smell or a discordant sound. But she saw at once that he was nervous, and that even flattered her. Nothing was repulsive to her but vulgarity, and no one could have accused Bazarov of vulgarity. Arkady was fated to meet with surprises that day. He had expected that Bazarov would talk to a clever woman like Madame Odintsov about his opinions and his views. She had herself expressed a desire to listen to the man who dares to have no belief in anything. But instead of that, Bazarov talked about medicine, about homeopathy, and about botany. It turned out that Madame Odintsov had not wasted her time in solitude. She had read a good many excellent books and spoke herself in excellent Russian. She turned the conversation upon music, but noticing that Bazarov did not appreciate art, she quietly brought it back to botany, even though Arkady was just launching into a discourse upon the significance of national melodies. Madame Odintsov treated him as though he were a younger brother. She seemed to appreciate his good nature and youthful simplicity, and that was all. For over 3 hours, a lively conversation was kept up, ranging freely over various subjects. The friends at last got up and began to take leave. Anna Sergeyevna looked cordially at them, held out her beautiful white hand to both, and after a moment's thought said with a doubtful but delightful smile, "If you are not afraid of being dull, gentlemen, come and see me at Nikolskoye." "Oh, Anna Sergeyevna," cried Arkady, "I shall think it the greatest happiness." "And you, Monsieur Bazarov?" Bazarov only bowed, and a last surprise was in store for Arkady. He noticed that his friend was blushing. "Well," he said to him in the street, "are you still of the same opinion that she's—" "Who can tell? See how correct she is," retorted Bazarov. And after a brief pause, he added, "She's a perfect Grand Duchess, a royal personage. She only needs a train on behind and a crown on her head." "Our Grand Duchesses don't talk Russian like that," remarked Arkady. "She's seen ups and downs, my dear boy. She's known what it is to be hard up." "Anyway, she's charming," observed Arkady. "What a magnificent body," pursued Bazarov. "Shouldn't I like to see it on the dissecting table?" "Hush, for mercy's sake, Yevgeny. That's beyond everything." "Well, don't get angry, you baby. I meant it's first rate. We must go to stay with her." "When?" "Well, why not the day after tomorrow? What is there to do here? Drink champagne with Kukshina, listen to your cousin, the liberal dignitary? Let's be off the day after tomorrow. By the way, too, my father's little place is not far from there. This Nikolskoye is on the S road, isn't it?" "Yes." "Optime. Why hesitate? Leave that to fools and prigs. I say, what a splendid body." 3 days later, the two friends were driving along the road to Nikolskoye. The day was bright and not too hot, and the sleek posting horses trotted smartly along, switching their tied and plaited tails. Arkady looked at the road, and not knowing why, he smiled. "Congratulate me," cried Bazarov suddenly. "Today's the 22nd of June, my guardian angel's day. Let's see how he will watch over me. Today they expect me home," he added, dropping his voice. "Well, they can go on expecting. What does it matter?" Chapter 16.
Oopsie.
The country.
I will be right back. I think we'll go ahead and do 16 today and get into really good shape so that you're not so busy next week during the final exam. Have a great day.